Close your eyes for a second. Imagine you just hit new game. You wake up on a beach, or maybe in a dark cell. You look around, and nothing. No press X to jump. No giant yellow arrow pointing to the nearest objective. No sidekick screaming, "Hey, look over here!" For a lot of people, that's terrifying. It's frustrating. It feels like the game is broken. But for some of us, that silence is the most exciting thing in the world. Look, we live in an era where games are obsessed with user experience. Developers spend millions of dollars making sure you never get lost for even 10 seconds. But in their quest to make games accessible, have they accidentally taken away our sense of discovery? Today, we're diving into the world of silent design. We're talking about why games that explain absolutely nothing are actually the most powerful experiences you can have. Section 1, the yellow paint problem. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or rather, the yellow paint on the ledge. You've seen it. In Resident Evil, in God of War, in Star Wars Outlaws, every single climbable rock or interactable door is splashed with bright, neon yellow paint. It's like the developers are saying, "Don't worry, little gamer. We know you're too distracted to look at our beautiful world. So here's a giant sign saying climb here." But why? Modern Taos AOE games are terrified of friction. Friction is that moment where you stop, you think, and you say, "Wait, how do I get across there?" To a corporate executive, friction is a disaster. It means the player might get bored and turn off the console. But to a game designer, friction is where the magic happens. When you take away the yellow paint, you force the player to actually look at the world. You turn the environment from a background into a puzzle. And when you finally find the way forward on your own, that feeling of, "I figured it out," is worth 1,000 objective markers. Section 2. Knowledge is the only upgrade. Think about most RPGs. How do you get stronger? You grind for XP. You find a sword with a +5 stat. You level up your health bar. But in games like Outer Wilds or The Witness, your character never changes. You don't get a double jump. You don't get more HP. The only thing that levels up is you, your actual, real-life brain. Take Tunic, for example. This game is a masterpiece of not explaining anything. It literally gives you an instruction manual written in a language you cannot read. At first, it's just pretty pictures. But then, you notice a pattern. You realize that a certain symbol means fire. Or you realize that the weird sound the enemies make is actually a hint for a secret door. This is what we call knowledge-based progression. The game world doesn't change. You just start seeing it differently. It's like having a superpower that was there the whole time. You just didn't know how to use it. And honestly, no legendary loot drop can ever compete with the rush of a, "Wait, I finally get it" moment. Section 3, the trust factor. Ultimately, this all comes down to one word: trust. When a game like Elden Ring drops you into Limgrave and says, "Good luck, don't die," it's showing you respect. From Software is saying, "We think you're smart, we think you're observant, and we know you don't need us to hold your hand like a toddler in a grocery store." Compare that to something like Horizon Forbidden West, where Aloy literally starts talking to herself the second you look at a puzzle. Maybe if I use my focus on that crate over there. Sigh. Just give me a second, Aloy. Let me think. When a game refuses to explain its mechanics, it creates a conversation between the developer and the player. It's a game of hide and seek. The developer hides the meaning, and you find it. And And if you never find it, that's okay too. That's what makes the discovery feel real. If everyone is guaranteed to find a secret, is it really a secret? Section 4. The community. There's another reason why explaining nothing is so powerful. It creates a community. Remember when Animal Well came out? The entire internet turned into a hive mind of digital archaeologists. Because the game was so silent, we had to talk to each other. Did you find the secret with the squirrel? What does this mural mean? Does anyone know why the UV light reveals these symbols? It brings back that old school 90s playground energy, back when we didn't have YouTube tutorials for everything, and we had to rely on that one kid who supposedly knew how to find Mew under the truck. A silent game isn't just a solo experience. It's a mystery that the whole world gets to solve together. And that shared sense of wonder? That's something you just don't get when a game has a help button in the pause menu. Section 5. The conclusion. So, here's the truth. Making a game that doesn't explain anything is a huge risk. It's much easier to just put a waypoint on the screen and call it a day. But the games that take that risk, those are the ones that stay with us for years. They don't just occupy our hands, they occupy our minds. But look, I know some of you are probably screaming at your screen right now. You're thinking, dude, I have a job, I have kids, I have exactly 1 hour a night to play games. I don't want to spend that hour being confused. And you know what? That is a totally fair point. So, I want to settle this in the comments. Is zero hand-holding the peak of game design? Or is it just an elitist trend that respects your time less than a standard AA game? Are you a yellow paint enjoyer who just wants to relax? Or are you a Tunic masochist who wants to feel like a genius? Let me know. Seriously. I want to see the debate because I'm still trying to decide if I love The Witness or if it just gave me a permanent headache. Closing. Thanks for hanging out. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.